But we're going to start off with we're getting ready to round the bases into playoff baseball. So therefore, we're going to run the bases here and kind of go over the fact that the Cincinnati Reds still suck. They are eliminated from the playoffs. Um, so we fired our manager like I figured we would. But the thing is, I want to fire everyone from the top up, sell the team. You have a good squad. You just need incompetent people as far as top down because the squad you did well in putting the squad out there, but you don't know how to run the squad. So that's kind of the problem there. But we're on postseason watch now. We're right
Hmm.
there. Unfortunately, there might be some sad news on your team, but just fill us in on what's going on and where we laying out here for to expect in playoff baseball.
Well, originally my notes were a little longer because, there was still, the Boston Red Sox were still alive. But just a few moments ago, they are no longer alive. They are not making it into the postseason, so both of our teams suck. Yay!
At least it hurts more because your team is actually like competitive all season.
Right. Uh, we were like, let's just be just right there. Let's just edge. We're gonna edge the playoffs.
We're
but
edging a whole 365 days, so congratulations.
but if we're going off of if the postseason were to start today, so this was updated at 2 a.m. this morning. So any of the games that were today, they're not reflected in this. I don't know if it's changed anything. The only game that I cared about and saw a little bit of was the Red Sox, and we saw how that went. But right now we got in the American League. If it were today, the season ending, we have the Yankees, the AL East, Guardians, AL Central, Astros, AL West, with Orioles, Royals, and Tigers as the wild cards. And then the National League, we got Dodgers with the NL West, Phillies with the NL East, Brewers with the NL Central, and the Padres, Mets, and Diamondbacks as the wild card. The contender breakdowns. So those who have clinched their division is the Brewers, Guardians, Phillies, and Astros. Those who have clinched postseason berths are the Yankees, Dodgers, Orioles, and Padres. And in playoff positions, we got the Royals, the Tigers, the Mets, and the Diamondbacks. And in the mix, we have the Braves, the Twins, and the Mariners. Earlier today, I had still alive Red Sox. No longer true. Um, the tightest race that we have so far is NL West card. Diamondbacks lead Braves by half a game for the final wild card spot. In the AL wild card, you got the Royals and Tigers tied for second wild card spot. Royals hold the tiebreaker. Uh, Twins are 2 games back. Mariners are 2.5 games back. And for the NL West, we got Dodgers lead Padres by 2 games. Will the Dodgers eke out the NL West? We will see. The last game of the regular season is September 29th. So, what do you think about this postseason if it were to end today?
It's crazy that the Tigers have made the run that they've had because I thought KC pretty much were kind of coasting, and then here came the Tigers like a bat out of hell. So they're definitely making it interesting there. Shout out to the Padres on last night of clinching their division in the coolest way possible on having a triple play with Shohei Ohtani on deck. So that was pretty cool there. And the Mets always seem to anytime they play the Braves, like they always play the Braves late in the season, and they always just seem to f it up.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing now. So I don't know what it is, but every time it's just the end of the season, the Mets are like, "Oh, we can just blow it to the Braves," because they had the division like wrapped up, and then they still screwed over the Braves a couple of years ago. With that, Philly is winning their division for the first time since like ever. It's like almost been like 10 years or something like that. It's been pretty ridiculous. It's kind of crazy because the Phillies have always been pretty consistent, at least the past 5 or 6 years, or at least recently. So I'm saying maybe 3 or 4. I mean, they made the World Series, I believe, not too long ago, but that was kind of they just went on a run there. But they're playing very good baseball. Um, Congratulations, Twins and Mariners. We're still talking about you. I don't think
Right.
cool, but we'll talk about you, which is cool in itself. With that, so yeah, I'd expect. I'm not going to count the Tigers out. I expect the Mets to get there.
Hmm.
I don't know if the Braves are going to do it.
Yeah, and it makes me a little sad on the Braves because my brother, he was born in Atlanta, so he's a Braves fan. So I've been to a lot of Atlanta Braves games in Atlanta at their second stadium, Turner Field, and then I've been to their new stadium. I forget the name of it, but I've been there. So if I were to choose which would I rather have, it would be the Braves, but I think it's going to be the Mets.
Yeah, yeah. And the Mets and the Jets are kind of the same thing. They're cursed for some random reason. Like
Mm-hmm.
they just can't get out of their own way. It has nothing. It has to do with the universe and the planets. Just don't like. I think the Mets and uh, the Jets got together and was like, all right, do you want Pluto to not be a planet and also be cursed, or do you want to be successful? And they're like, fuck Pluto. So now Pluto is cursing them.
Right. One of my favorite videos of a Mets fan. They're talking to him. They're like, "What's the best thing about being a Mets fan?" And he's like, "It builds character."
Right.
And then he was just like, "And what's the worst thing about being a Mets fan?" Well, May to September.
Yeah, May to September. Yeah, exactly. It's just, and it's like one thing. If like if your organization is bad, and like the Reds or something, but then you have like a spark of hope here and there because you could see the roster being there and it just didn't work out. Whereas like the Mets, as much money as they spend, basically you see the hoodie I'm wearing. So let me just put you in a picture here, okay? It's the Dallas Cowboys, except the Mets are even more cursed. Same thing with the Jets. Like at least Dallas, gives you hope for the regular season and then kills you. Whereas the Mets and Jets, like right now, they're like, oh, we got like last year the Jets. Oh, we got the roster. Aaron Rodgers, 4 plays in, done. There went their season. The Mets have spent $1 billion, it feels like, on getting
Mhm.
that roster together, and they still can't get out of their own damn way. Same thing kind of with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys at least make the playoffs. But I mean, when it's I like the moves that the Mets are doing, than and the Jets are doing rather than the Dallas Cowboys. So,
Mhm.
but all three are kind of the same, except those two are cursed. Dallas is just incompetent.
Well, the Jets weren't so cursed this past week. Do we
No.
want to talk some football?
Yeah, huck it, jug it, bow.